So we've covered a few pitfalls and problems of the integration, but let's look at the benefits. Let's get to the meat of the sandwich and the benefit of linking AdWords and analytics together, which is we can start examining everything that happens in between a click and the conversion. So you have access to all your data points in one location, which isn't always true of AdWords alone. It can give you a bit of a tunnel vision. So let's understand these features and the integration points in the reports. The first feature that's important to note is that when we're looking at a report in AdWords, such as the Campaigns tab, we're shown by default the Google Analytics ABCs, so your acquisition, your behaviour, and your conversions. Now you're probably familiar with these. To spice things up a little, you have the ability to change this view by selecting any of your goal sets, e-commerce or clicks, in the Explorer tab at the top of this view. So let's look at clicks first. As this is an e-commerce enabled account that I'm showing you now, we have RPC and ROAS, revenue per click and return on ad spend. Both are very important metrics, especially from a campaign perspective, because we can see where we should be prioritising our budgets. If you spend money to make money, then this is where to look first. So let's dig a little deeper and check out the top spending campaign here. Very much like AdWords itself, we can drill down to the ad group level. The primary dimensions are divided up into keyword and ad content, with ad content showing the first line of the ad, so that's essentially the headline. And that'll help you distinguish which ad you're looking at. You can easily search and sort this data set, but when it comes to optimizing your campaigns, a good place to start is in the highest spending area. So essentially Pareto's law, and 80-20, but it's more like for AdWords 95-5 or 90-10. So we always look at the high spending areas first because they have the biggest impact. So let's look at the biggest spender here. And a secondary dimension to add context to these reports. One of my favourite secondary dimensions is device category. Sure, you can use the tabs along the top, but I like to compare side by side. So this is sliced up data by device category, mobile, desktop, and tablet. Now immediately doing this, we can see the metrics per device, and again we can filter this data in the Explorer tab. If we click e-commerce, e-commerce is showing us total transactions, average order value, and per session value. What I really like in this report view is the AOV, the average order value and per session value. You can see there's a big discrepancy in average orders based on the device used, but perhaps more importantly, the per session value guides you on how to set your bid strategies. So do I bid up or do I bid down on mobile? If I'm running on other ad networks such as Display, Native and Facebook, do I prioritise desktop or mobile campaigns? Well, the cool thing is these metrics help you think and plan ahead. I've seen AdWords accounts where, unfortunately, the person managing it has just plucked an assumption out the air and bid up or bid down the devices. You don't have to guess what your bid modifiers should be. In fact, your max profitable CPC is right here in front of you. You need to work your profit margin in, of course, but it's relatively straightforward maths that sets the foundation to your campaign strategy. Looking back at the clicks view, we see another vital data set, a different angle as it were. So instead of sessions, we're now looking at the revenue per click and the actual ROI. Now again, you can use this data combined with secondary dimensions to set your bid strategies. Another benefit of linking analytics and AdWords, you don't have to jump back into AdWords to check these settings either. You've got bid adjustments, along with location, schedule, and remarketing list adjustments, all viewable here within analytics. So using the e-commerce and clicks tab data that you have now, do any of the bid adjustments set today on your account still make sense versus what the data is telling you within analytics? Hopefully you can see how powerful this is going forward. And this is just touching, scraping the surface. There's so much depth that we've got coming up.